In the heart of a bustling university, where thousands of stories unfold every day, one began quietly in the hushed aisles of the library. Haru and Aoi, two souls who found each other amidst a sea of books and endless lectures. It all started on a crisp autumn afternoon. The library was packed, the air thick with the scent of old paper and the low hum of concentrated minds. Haru, with his perpetually messy hair and a stack of books threatening to topple over, was searching for a rare edition on modern architecture. He spotted it on a high shelf, just out of reach. As he stretched his arm, another hand, delicate and graceful, reached for the very same book. Their fingers brushed for a fleeting second, pulled his hand back as if he'd touched fire. He looked over and saw Aoi. She had a shy smile playing on her lips, her eyes sparkling with a mix of surprise and amusement. "Sorry," they both said in unison, then chuckled. It was a classic movie moment, a cliché perhaps, but for them, it was the start of everything. "You can have it," Haru offered, his cheeks warming. "No, please," Aoi insisted. "You were here first." They decided to share it, a simple compromise that would change their lives. That day, they found a quiet corner table, the book lying open between them, and started studying. It felt so natural, so right, that they decided to do it again the next day, and the day after that. The library, once just a place for cramming, became their sanctuary. Their daily study sessions soon became the highlight of their days. What started as shared notes on architectural theory slowly blossomed into something more profound. They'd spend hours huddled over textbooks, the world outside fading away. But it wasn't all about studying. Late-night cram sessions would often turn into whispered conversations about dreams, fears, and favorite childhood memories. They discovered a shared love for rainy days, obscure indie bands, and the bittersweet taste of matcha lattes. These study sessions often extended into coffee dates at a small, cozy cafe just off campus. Over steaming mugs, they'd talk for hours, losing track of time. Haru learned that Aoi was a talented artist who sketched portraits of strangers in her notebook, and Aoi found out that Haru played the guitar, writing songs he was too shy to share. Their friendship deepened with every shared laugh and every quiet moment of understanding. They were inseparable, a familiar pair on campus. To everyone else, they were already a couple. But for Haru and Aoi, they were treading carefully on the delicate line between friendship and something more. Haru was completely smitten. He loved the way Aoi's eyes would light up when she talked about her art. The way she'd bite her lip when she was concentrating. The gentle kindness she showed to everyone. He wanted to tell her how he felt, how his heart would race every time she smiled at him. But the words always got stuck in his throat. Fear held him captive, the fear of rejection, the fear of ruining the beautiful friendship they had built. He'd write her letters he never sent, practice practice confessions in front of the mirror. But when the moment came, he'd just offer her another coffee. Aoi, on the other hand, was more perceptive than Haru gave her credit for. She saw the way he looked at her when he thought she wasn't watching. She felt the unspoken emotions hanging in the air between them. She wasn't as shy as she seemed. Hugh was simply patient, waiting for him to be ready. She started dropping subtle hints, hoping he would catch on. She'd accidentally brush her hand against his, her touch lingering just a moment longer than necessary. She would compliment his new haircut, telling him how handsome he looked. She even drew a portrait of him, capturing the thoughtful look in his eyes, and gave it to him as a birthday gift. It was her way of saying, "I see you. I see all of you, and I like what I see." But Haru, lost in his own anxieties, often missed these gentle nudges, interpreting them as simple acts of friendship. The unspoken tension between them grew, a sweet ache that both felt but neither dared to name. Spring arrived, painting the campus in vibrant shades of pink and white. It was the time of the annual University Festival, a week-long celebration of music, food, and youthful energy. The air was electric, and the cherry blossom trees were in full, breathtaking bloom, their petals dancing in the gentle breeze like confetti. On the final night of the festival, the campus was illuminated by paper lanterns, casting a warm, magical glow on everything. Haru knew this was his moment. It was now or never. He saw Aoi standing under the largest cherry blossom tree, looking ethereal as petals swirled around her. His heart pounded against his ribs, a frantic drumbeat of hope and fear. He took a deep breath, walked towards her, his steps feeling both heavy and light. He stood before her, his hands trembling slightly. "Oh," he began, his voice barely a whisper. She turned to him, her expression soft and encouraging. "There's something I've wanted to tell you for a long time." He finally looked into her eyes, and in their depths, he found the courage he'd been searching for. "From the moment we reached for that book in the library, my world has been brighter. Being with you, it just feels right. You're my best friend, but I want us to be more than that. Aoi, I'm in love with you." The words tumbled out, clumsy and heartfelt. The world seemed to hold its breath. Aoi's eyes welled up, but her smile was the most beautiful thing Haru had ever seen. She reached out and gently took his hand. "Haru," she said, her voice filled with emotion. "I've been in love with you since that very first day." Relief washed over Haru, so powerful it almost buckled his knees. He had been so afraid of losing her. He never realized she was waiting for him all along. Under the cascade of cherry blossoms, they shared their first kiss, a tender, perfect moment that sealed their confession. It was a promise of a new beginning, a testament to a love that had grown patiently and bloomed at just the right time. The loud music and cheerful crowds of the festival faded into a distant murmur, leaving them in their own private world. As the sun began to set, casting long shadows across the campus and painting the sky in hues of orange and purple, they began to walk. Hand in hand, they strolled through the familiar paths of the university, not as just friends anymore, but as two people starting a new exciting journey together. Their library meetings and coffee dates had led them here, to this perfect sunset. Their story, which began with a shared book, was now a shared future, its pages waiting to be written. Thank you so much for watching this story unfold. If you enjoyed Haru and Aoi's journey, please give this video a like and hit that subscribe button for more heartwarming stories like this one. We'd love to hear what you think, so drop a comment below and share your favorite part. See you in the next video.